Oh, hello everybody. Today I want to quickly talk about Dividend Aristocrats. It's a problem what I always see is that people are too speculative when it comes to saving for retirement. They have a short-term view on the market and on stocks and on situations, and they oversee what kind of an opportunity they have long-term, and they get trapped in hugely risky situations, and they don't realize, sometimes they're blind kind of the situation, how much risk they take on the books. They don't realize, like, I get a lot of emails from people, pretty much younger ones, that want to trade with the penny stocks, and I tell them, oh, better don't do it, it's too risky. Why do you buy a stock that's worth 2 pennies or 20 pennies? Don't do it, you may lose everything. And they say, oh well, I don't have so much, I just want to try out and stuff. And I say, oh, why do you even waste when you have that little bit? And but they don't hear, they don't want to listen, they just do what they want to do. And but an easy way is just to pick an ETF or Dividend Aristocrats. These are stocks that are paying dividends for at least 20 years, and they are increasing them every year for 20 years. Like stocks like Schaefer, Exxon, AT&T, Colgate-Palmolive, Procter & Gamble, and many others. There are many in the S&P 500 index that have done that. And what is the reason for it? Why can companies do that? Because they have usually a strong management. They have a very smart, forward-looking team that is not risking the dividend, and they have enough cash to pay out a certain ratio to their shareholders. And that's a very smart way to invest. It is less risky because you get every quarter your dividends, and the management is very careful dealing with the cash flow, because they know a certain percentage they have to pay out to their shareholders, and they also want to increase every year, of course, the payout. And it's really a fantastic tool, and you can make tons of money, and it's such a beautiful machine when you retire, to get every quarter a percentage out of your stocks, and it's just beautiful. So that's a great way to pick stocks. Of course you have to look at the valuation, but as a general rule, look at aristocrats. You can Google that, aristocrat stocks in the S&P 500, and you will find them. There's a beautiful list, and I think that's 1,000 times better than picking some risky penny stocks you don't know a lot about. And it's just a better way to invest long term. And I don't understand. Maybe when you get older, you figure out that it's too risky to speculate, and rather to invest long term. Yeah, it's sometimes maybe you need age to become a little bit wiser. Yeah, so that's all for today. Usually you find those aristocrats very often in consumer businesses, like stables, or like in food companies, or like everyday stuff. If there's a recession, people have to eat, and they still have to brush their teeth, and they still use some creams and shampoos. That's why those areas are very stable. And but also you have it in volatile areas. It's just a commitment from a management point of view, that the shareholder comes first, and that's through dividends. And the other part is, sometimes, very often in these companies, they are also very strong shareholder buyback programs. They have that, and they focus really to give back to the shareholder through two things, through dividends and share buybacks. And look at Exxon and Chevron, and look at Procter & Gamble. They really focus on those two things, and the rest, if there's some money left, they take over companies. They use that free cash flow to take over companies. But first comes the dividend, second comes the share buyback, especially if the stock is low valuated, if it's pretty much down. Those people, those managers like to buy back their stocks, and it really makes sense. And also Warren Buffett is asking that the management very often. If he has quality companies and the stock is low, he tells them, just pay, don't just focus on the dividend, also pay out, please. Don't focus just on the dividends, also buy back some shares. So because of this instrument, every share that is left over in the market, it becomes more worth, because the total number of stocks gets smaller, and the smaller number gets, the more value each single stock has. It's a very smart way to deal with the cash that comes in. Usually you can look at the cash as operative cash flow that comes in through the core of the company, the core business, and the company uses that cash for investments. After investments, they've taken that money for investments. The thing that is left over, the money, it's called free cash flow. So the manager can do whatever they want with the free cash flow. They can use it for, as I said before, dividends, stock buybacks, or takeovers. Those through options, or they can leave it in the company. And yeah, so if you have a smart management, they are very balanced. They think about dividends, they think about share buybacks, they think about takeovers. They take over other companies in a very smart way, balanced, very stable. And dividend aristocrats usually think first dividend, then share buyback, and the third takeovers. Okay, that's all for today from New York. Take it easy. Bye.